Nashville, Tennessee. Music superstar Taylor Swift announced Sunday to her 112 million Instagram followers she's voting for Tennessee's Democratic Senate candidate Phil Bredesen, breaking her long-standing refusal to discuss anything politics. The 28-year-old has faced criticism in the past for not speaking about political issues despite having a global platform. In the past, I've been reluctant to publicly voice my political opinions, but due to several events in my life and in the world in the past 2 years, I feel very differently about that now, Swift wrote in an Instagram post. 2017, Swift appeared on the cover of Time magazine as one of the silence breakers for her counter-suit against a radio DJ who was fired after allegedly groping her before a concert. Swift won the lawsuit in a verdict that awarded her $1, which according to the suit served as an example to other women who may resist publicly reliving similar outrageous and humiliating acts. The pop star, who grew up in later years in Tennessee, also slammed Republican candidate and U.S. Rep. Marsha Blackburn in her lengthy post Sunday, citing Blackburn's opposition to certain LGBTQ rights and voting against the reauthorization of the Violence Against Women Act in 2013. As much as I have in the past and would like to continue voting for women in office, I cannot support Marsha Blackburn. Her voting record in Congress appalls and terrifies me, Swift wrote. These are not my Tennessee values. Blackburn's campaign did not immediately return a request for comment. View this post on Instagram. I'm writing this post about the upcoming midterm elections on November 6, in which I'll be voting in the state of Tennessee. In the past I've been reluctant to publicly voice my political opinions, but due to several events in my life and in the world in the past 2 years, I feel very differently about that now. I always have and always will cast my vote based on which candidate will protect and fight for the human rights I believe we all deserve in this country. I believe in the fight for LGBTQ rights, and that any form of discrimination based on sexual orientation or gender is wrong. I believe that the systemic racism we still see in this country towards people of color is terrifying, sickening and prevalent. I cannot vote for someone who will not be willing to fight for dignity for all Americans, no matter their skin color, gender or who they love. Running for Senate in the state of Tennessee is a woman named Marsha Blackburn. As much as I have in the past and would like to continue voting for women in office, I cannot support Marsha Blackburn. Her voting record in Congress appalls and terrifies me. She voted against equal pay for women. She voted against the reauthorization of the Violence Against Women Act, which attempts to protect women from domestic violence, stalking, and date rape. She believes businesses have a right to refuse service to gay couples. She also believes they should not have the right to marry. These are not my Tennessee values. I will be voting for Phil Bredesen for Senate and Jim Cooper for House of Representatives. Please educate yourself on the candidates running in your state and vote based on who most closely represents your values. For a lot of us, we may never find a candidate or party with whom we agree 100% on every issue, but we have to vote anyway. So many intelligent, thoughtful, self-possessed people have turned 18 in the past 2 years and now have the right and privilege to make their vote count. But first you need to register, which is quick and easy to do. October 9th is the last day to register to vote in the state of TN. Go to vote.org and you can find all the info. Happy voting. Ballot box with ballot, grinning face with big eyes, rainbow. A post shared by Taylor Swift at Taylor Swift on October 7, 2018 at 4:33 p.m. Pacific Daylight Saving Time. Swift said she's not only voting for the former Tennessee governor for Senate, but also Democrat Jim Cooper for the House. However, Swift didn't acknowledge Bredesen's recent endorsement of Supreme Court Justice Brett Kavanaugh, but said people may never find a candidate or party with whom they agree completely on every issue. Thank you for the kind words. I'm honored to have your support and that of so many Tennesseans who are ready to put aside the partisan shouting and get things done. We're ready for it, Bredesen tweeted Sunday in response to Swift's post. On Instagram, Swift told her fans to register to vote and to educate yourself on the candidates running in your state and vote based on who most closely represents your values. She added, "So many intelligent, thoughtful, self-possessed people have turned 18 in the past 2 years and now have the right and privilege to make their vote count." Ed O'Keefe contributed to this report.